What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stim here, and I hope you're starting off your week on the right note. As you could tell, I am freezing in here. It is super, super cold. We literally have the coldest day of the year here today. Today is Sunday. I'm recording this video for Monday, tomorrow, and it's literally like 5 degrees outside, but feels like -12. I'm not even kidding, guys. I had to find something to motivate me to get myself to the gym today because I had to utilize the High Stim Sunday workout, but I needed something to really give me that extra push, both physically and mentally. Luckily, today's product review is going to be about one such product. Today, High Stim is going to be reviewing the SMAK pre-workout, and this SMAK here is spelled S-M-A-K, no C in here. This is not the Vices and Vibes SMAK that I reviewed about a year and a half ago. This one here comes to us from Dice Labz, a company that I've never heard about. Actually heard about them through our good friend Alex Hammerstone. Shouts out to the main man. And I reached out to them. I was very, very interested. The label looks really, really interesting on here. Not too over the top, not too crazy, but definitely loaded with the essentials, plus a little bit more. So let's not waste any more time. Let's roll that freaking intro, and when we come back, we are going to review SMAK pre-workout from Dice Labz. Alright guys, so we got the tub in hand, SMAK without a C, right? Just S-M-A-K, but I freaking love this aesthetic. Check this out. I don't think I've ever seen a company go with this route before. They've got like these ridges over here, which almost makes the image here, this graphic, looks like it's like 3D or something. This thing's really, really cool. I really dig it, and they even did the same thing for the back here, so it's kind of clever because they didn't have to go all the way around, but it looks really unique and innovative, just kind of pops at you. You do have the label here, which we're going to go over in a moment, but I freaking love this, man. It has like this underground vibe, but a really refined one. It doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look like it was made in Microsoft Paint or anything, but definitely giving a nice vibe over here. Super, super unique, and definitely a nice looker of a tub. So as you guys saw, this has a very nice funky aesthetic. I really like it. You got the smiley face in here, a little bit tripped out. He's hopped up on something, and so am I. Today was my third time running it. The very first time I ran it at half a dose because Dice Labz was actually very nice and very kind. They sent me over these packet samples as well. So they sent me the tub, which is the grape flavor, and then they sent me 4 packets. As you guys could see, I have 2 left. So I did use these, and I really, really like the experience, even at half a dose. These, by the way, are for half a dose, so if you do want to take the full dose, you're going to have 2 of these. This is the fruit punch flavor, which I really liked, and this one here was the grape flavor. I think they have a 3rd and 4th flavor. I could be wrong, but those are the 2 that I got. Now, in terms of flavor, they are both very solid, albeit a little bit tart, which it's not a big deal. In the end of the day, you're drinking a High Stim pre-workout and you're just going to shoot it down and move on with your life. But definitely a very solid, pleasant flavor. The fruit punch has like a natural fruit punch flavor, but a little bit of like a tart citrus in the background. And the grape was actually my favorite flavor. I really, really like the grape. Really reminiscent of the blow pops that I used to have as a kid, those grape lollipops. Tastes really, really nice, like a good grape candy lollipop flavor, but also had a little bit of that tartness to it. Not sure if it's one of the ingredients that's on this label or whatever, but it's not a big deal. Really, really not. Overall, both very solid flavors, and I really, really enjoyed them. Now, let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's break down this label. So looking at the supplement facts, here you can either take this pre-workout at half a scoop, which is going to yield 10.9 grams, so we're just going to round it off to 11, or you could take the full 1 scoop, which is 21.8 grams. Again, we're going to round it off to 22. Now, I'm happy to say that the full scoop comes in exactly at 22 grams, just a flat scoop, 22 grams on the dot, so they got it right on the money, and I do appreciate when companies do that. It's crazy how a small company like this is able to get it done, but then you have a bunch of big companies that have been in the game for so many years, and they can't seem to get the scoopers right. I think that's really funny, but no matter what, guys, always weigh out your pre-workouts, especially when you're dealing with potent stimulants. We're going to read everything as it pertains for the full scoop dose because that's how we always do it here on the channel. And you do have little categories in here, right? And we're going to read through everything right now. This is what I call a semi-proprietary label. So it's not a full-on prop blend. You are getting the actual dosages by category, but it's not going to tell you specifics for specific ingredients, right? Which, by the way, I'm completely fine with. If it hits, it hits. let's get going. And we're going to start with the energy matrix, which includes caffeine anhydrous and caffeine citrate. You're getting 375 milligrams total. So a beautiful dose, under 400 milligrams. And that is all you really need. If you have other stimulants in here that can make the whole package shine and make the experience unique and innovative, then you really don't need more than 350, 400 to make it pop. 375 is good. Based on my experience, I would assume 300 anhydrous, 75 of the citrate. That's how I would assume, that's how I felt it, but you never know. At the end of the day, labels are just labels. Now, the next category is the nitric oxide matrix, and you're getting 9,000 milligrams. So 9 grams of L-citrulline, DL-malate, L-arginine, arginine AKG, and L-ornithine. So 9 grams total, more than enough. A lot of people crap on citrulline malate. I'm one of the few that defends it. If it's clinically dosed, obviously, you don't want to be getting a 4-gram citrulline malate dose. That's not going to do much, right? But 9 grams in here, you're going to get very solid pumps, and the pumps were really good all 3 times I ran this product. So definitely, they did a good job on that. And then we got some beta-alanine in this category as well, 3,200 milligrams for the tingles, the clinical dose. I like that. I like my betas. Not everybody does, by the way, but I do like the beta tingles. Then we have the focus, mood, and stress reduction matrix. I like that. 3,040 milligrams. We start with N-acetyl L-tyrosine, which is a more potent form of my favorite nootropic, L-tyrosine. You are also getting L-tyrosine, inositol citrus aquarium extract, which I'm not really sure what that does. I think that's kind of a stress reliever, so it's going to work a little bit and synergize with this pre-workout here. And that ends that little category. And then we have 2 more ingredients in here, and these are actually listed independently. They're not part of any matrix. So we have the English walnut extract at 220 milligrams, which, if sourced well, is going to provide a good mood elevation, a buzz, a floaty head high. But this here is the natural variety, or so I was told. But 220 milligrams should get the job done if it's well sourced. And lastly, as the jack of all trades kind of ingredient to round off this experience, we have L-taurine coming in at 1,000 milligrams. Before Histamase breaks down my experience running the SMAK pre-workout 3 times over the past week and a half, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow Stim junkie or somebody who's trying to get some of that good SMAK. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, guys, so we got the SMAK tub in hand, and boy, do I have a lot to say about this hitter here. And yes, this is definitely a high stim hitter, just the way Histamase likes it. Now, I do like the aesthetic on here. I mentioned that earlier, but I do like the little ridges you have here on the label on both sides. It looks unique, it looks different, and I like it. In the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's just aesthetics. But when it comes to standing out in today's oversaturated market, every little thing you do to stand out as a brand, as a product, is going to make a difference. So you look at this. If I were to see this at a shop, not a vitamin shop, obviously, this is not going to make it to the vitamin shop, okay? But if I do see this in any supplement shop, you know, right off the bat, my eye is going to catch the attention, and I'm going to be intrigued because this looks different. I like it. I like the tripped out smiley face. It's a very, very cool aesthetic. It's simplistic, but it's very, very effective. Okay, now enough with the aesthetic, because we actually care about what's in the tub and how it translates over to the real world, aka the gym, the house of gains, what matters most. Now, this is a very interesting experience. Right off the bat, I'm going to say that this here is a builder, meaning it takes it about 30 to 40 minutes to really get to where you want it to get to. And it's interesting because you do feel this one about 10 to 12 minutes after taking the drink. I felt very light beta-alanine tingles, nothing crazy, nice, warm, fuzzy tingles, 3.5 out of 10 on the tingle intensity scale, going throughout your body, but they dissipate relatively quickly. The energy comes in, it's not overwhelming, it's not smack you in the face, but again, at that 10 to 12 minute mark, you start feeling that energy building up, the caffeine's doing its thing, and you're going to notice it relatively quickly because the citrate's in there as well, right? But the thing that you really see more than anything else, literally like 10 to 12 minutes in, is the mood elevation. Very nice, floaty kind of head high, very in the background, kind of feels like Araya Genesis. Now, I know that there's no Araya in here, but it feels very, very similar to a well-sourced Araya Genesis, just like a floaty head high, and you feel the stress of the day just kind of dissipating, right? So I guess when they had this little category on here, right, they had the focus, mood, and stress reduction category. They're not bullshitting about that because you really feel the stress of the day kind of dissipating. Today is Sunday, but I did run this one last week. I do believe it was on Thursday night. And, you know, basically the entire day from work, the entire stress of the workload just kind of dissipated once I took this one. Literally less than 15 minutes, you get that floaty good feeling.
but it's not overwhelming. It's not in your face. It's not like one of those old Dark Labz products or any of those other illicit pre-workouts that I review from the World War II bunkers. It's not like that. It's not on that borderline gray area illicit feeling. This feels more compliant, but it is very, very productive and very mood elevating. I wouldn't say that there's a euphoria on here, but a very apparent mood elevation. The music sounds better. You're in a very positive headspace and very focused and dialed in. So everything that I like in a pre-workout: good focus, good mood, happy, positive vibes, and good, clean energy without being over the top. There's no jitters, there's no anxiety, no elevated heart rate, no stimmy willy on here, by the way, which is a very, very big plus in this category. Now, the interesting thing happens at the 35-40 minute mark, because up until that point, it's kind of like a smooth, happy, feel good, positive, productive kind of experience. And, if I were to just judge it based on the first 30-35 minutes, I would say that this is more of a medium stim, 3 to 4 times a week kind of hitter, right? But then at the 40-minute mark, something happens. This thing just starts building another layer, right? It starts building and building and building. And at that 40-minute mark, it really takes things to the next level. The focus is going to tighten and the mood is just going to get so much more apparent. And this time you're kind of going to the passenger seat, right? Before you're in the driver's seat, now you're kind of going to the passenger seat and you're going to start autopiloting a little bit. You're going to push the weights. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel motivated. You're going to be pumped up. By the way, great pumps on here, more than enough, but also leaves a little bit of room for stacking if you guys want to stack pump capsules on it or anything like that. I wouldn't add more citrulline. I think that the 9 grams of the citrulline blend they have in here is more than enough, but feel free to add a little liquid glycerol or pump caps if you want to get a little bit more swole. But overall, sick pumps, great mood elevation, and just everything I want in a medium to high stim type of pre-workout. Now, this isn't like those crazy 2-amino pre-workouts from other companies that are going to have you hopped up for, 6-7 hours. You're going to feel really good on this one for a couple of hours, but it's not overwhelming. Once you're in the heat of the training session, 40 minutes and onwards, it does get a little bit more intense. The energy comes in more, the focus, the mood, everything just balances super well on here. And then when you're done the workout, you feel super productive and you have this nice nootropic little head buzz that is going to carry you on for a few more hours, and then it slowly fades away. So honestly, freaking amazing pre-workout. Really liked it, really enjoying. Am going to keep this one in my personal stash, and I think you guys are really, really going to like it. Now, as far as I know, you can only pick this up from the official Dice Labz website. I'm going to link it down below. I am working on a discount code, so hopefully I have that going by the time this video goes live. But guys, definitely check this one out, especially if you want to support a smaller brand. And this is definitely good quality. I mean, I've spoken to the owner, and he is a fellow gym bro, a fellow high-stim pre-workout enthusiast, shall we say. So you're getting this directly from the source, okay? This isn't mass manufactured by some big company that couldn't care less. The people in charge here do care, and it definitely shows. If you guys enjoyed this review, found it beneficial, useful, informative, and entertaining, don't forget to like this video. It greatly helps the algorithm. Comment below. Let me know if you've ever heard of SMAK without the C in it. And let me know if you think that this sounds like something you'd be interested in trying. Let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, follow the Instagram at HighStimAce, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification to get all of HighStimAce's latest updates. We got a lot of reviews coming. I got a lot of products coming, and you guys better be here for those reviews. I will see you all next time for the next HighStim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. HighStimAce signing off.